Hi, Monica Wihangi here, and we are on week 3 of our stamping techniques. We have one more week left after this one, and if you've missed our first 2 weeks, you can always go back and watch those, as those show you how to condition your stamps, and they build up to some of the techniques we'll be teaching today. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We've got a fun one to start with. This one's called Base and Shade. Base and shade is so fun. We love doing the base and shade design. It is a really great and simple way to get a lot of dimension in your designs. This stamp set here is one that comes with a thin cut. We're not going to be using the thin cut for today's demonstration. I'm just going to show you the straight base and shade stamping. Now again, you've got our awesome thin cuts. So I just got to do a little plug for those. Look at that. So you can get those perfect shapes and sizes. We're also going to use our lemon, these two pieces here. So you can see there's a solid piece, right? And then this is the part that goes on top, which is the shadow. That's the shadow. So here's the solid and here's the shadow. You can see solid, shadow. So this enables you to use multicolors in your stamping to really give a realistic and dimensional look to your designs. So let's go ahead and I'm going to move this out to the side. We're going to use this awesome little foam insert here, and let's first start off with our solid image from our lemon design. So I'm going to make sure that's conditioned and seasoned. Put this off to the side. We're going to use two different inks, Lemonade and Sundance. So Lemonade's going to be my base color, which is the lighter color, and then Sundance will be the shade color, which is the darker color, and that helps you to see that differentiation of design and dimension. Here's my little sample piece of cardstock. I'm going to go ahead and ink up my lemon in this beautiful, beautiful color. And you're going to see how great it is. Now remember, our blocks are clear and our stamps are clear, so I can see exactly how much ink I have on this beautiful lemon design. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down. Just keep it there for a second. You can see beautiful. So let me go ahead and close my Lemonade ink. And now I'm going to clean off that lemon and put it back on the carrier sheet. And now I'm going to take that shading part off. See right here, and stick that on my block. And now I'm going to use the Sundance ink. And again, I'm going to condition my stamp with my skin. And it just kind of gives it a nice little coating there, takes off the newness of that stamp design. And because I can see one edge, I'm going to try to line that up. I'm using a darker color. Okay, there we go. I like the way that looks. And I'm going to line up, you can see that little round corner there and the pointy corner on top, and then put that right on top of that Lemonade color. And there you have the base and shade. Isn't that so beautiful? Let me show you up close. All right, now let's see that beautiful shading. So you can see, look how beautiful that is. Our designs are meant to do that, to have that wonderful shading. And I love, you can also just use it as a direct stamp, as you can see on those designs. A really great technique. Now, if you love this technique and we don't have a base and shade in the set that you absolutely love, that's my next technique, backside stamping. Let's go ahead and bring in our backside stamping so I can show you how beautiful and easy this technique is. Now, it works obviously best with a solid stamp and a lined stamp, okay? So you've got to have like the two parts. This stamp right here, this beautiful butterfly, looks gorgeous, right? Well, we did it with this technique called backside stamping. So let's go ahead and pull off that beautiful butterfly off our carrier sheet. I'm going to bring in my foam, and we are going to use our Lagoon ink here, and here is that butterfly stamp. Now remember, we've talked about second generation stamping. I'm going to bring in my block here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip my stamp over. That's what I mean about backside. Isn't that so cool? Oh, let me put it on the flat edge here. Okay, so I hope you can see that. This is the back side of that lined stamp, okay? And because they are this really beautiful my acrylic stamp, what has that natural cling on it from the product, you can see it sticks perfectly onto my block. Now I'm going to use my Lagoon ink, and I'm going to have just a little scratch piece of paper here because I want a second generation, okay? So you're going to stamp it first in first generation, or the solid stamping, first stamping, so you can see there's that. Now I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to do second generation, and it gives me that lighter color with that solid. Look at that. See? They're the same, right? So great. So let me clean that off, and now I'm going to flip that design back over to the outline, and now I'm going to use my black ink. So let's put that Lagoon ink away, bring in our black ink. Love, love, love our ink pads. I'm just going to say it one more time. They're patented. They're awesome. So here is the black ink, and now I'm going to get all that detail and outline onto that backside stamping. And there you go. Look how easy that is. All I did was flip the design over to give me the solid base, did a second generation inking, and then brought in a darker color, this time black, so that you could see the detail of the outline of the stamp. So let me go ahead and show you up close that look so you can see how beautiful that comes together. That's the back side of this image. So when you have one that has a good outline and a good shape, it's a great way to do backside stamping. Yay! Okay, our next technique is called masking. This is such a fun technique and really does give a lot of versatile possibilities to your stamp sets. You can see this really great "You Make Me So Happy" sentiment plus this floral design. We just got through using this butterfly for the backside stamping. We're going to use this floral design to do this treatment here with masking. Let me bring in the other stamp set that has the sentiment. Here's that "You Make Me So Happy" in this stamp set. So we're going to be doing two different stamp sets and the black ink, and I'm going to show you how simple masking can be. It's so awesome. So the first step is going to be, I'm going to bring in my cardstock sample here, and we're going to do the floral piece. So let me go ahead and just take that off my carrier sheet. I'm going to put that onto my block, and I'm going to condition the stamp. Okay. So now I'm going to use a Post-it note to do my masking. It's that simple, just a simple Post-it note. And you can see I'm going to put it kind of towards the center of my card because that's where I want my sentiment to be. And I'm going to put that down right here. And now that's the part that's going to be covered up from when I stamp. So you can see this is exactly how it's going to go. Isn't that so great that you can see that? So let me go ahead and ink this up. I've already conditioned the stamp, so it's ready to go. So here we go. So I know that I want those words to kind of overlap towards the leaves, but I want to get the top of the petals. So that's where my mask is, and that is perfect. Now when I take this off, you can see the straight edge of where my Post-it note was. Isn't that so cool? All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and clean that off, leave my black ink, because now we're going to bring in that So Happy Together stamp set, and I'm using the You Make Me So Happy sentiment. Let me bring in a block that fits that. Again, there's a little line down at the bottom that I can line up so I make sure I've got straight stamping. And this one's already been seasoned too, but I'm just going to do a little extra seasoning. And here is that black ink again. And now I know that I want these to overlap just a little bit down where my leaves were, where I masked them. So you can see right about here, and look at how beautiful that is. I'm so happy with it. So that is called masking. What a great and fun technique. Wasn't that so much fun? Well, we have more techniques coming your way next week. Make sure to turn on all your notifications, and if you loved the products you saw in today's video, we'll be linking them below so that you can also do some of these amazing stamping techniques. We'll see you next week. Thanks.